Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more EU for Relentless Push East continued. So yeah, here we are. We are the Great Big Russia and we are doing relatively well. We're getting ready to fight the Ottomans, who are going to be a little bit of a troublesome rival, but I think we're going to be in good enough position. So at the moment, these guys do have a whole stack of troops that are fielded, but they don't have a stack of manpower. Now, good news for us is we have already sabotaged their recruitment and slandered their merchants, so economically and manpower-wise, they are not at full fighting force. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get ready to fight. So, the plan of attack. We have technology, and very soon we will go ahead and pick up the next level of technology. We'll do that at the beginning of the next year, and then once our troops are up to scratch with the new artillery, we will then go ahead and declare our war. Alright, you know what? I'm not really into the Christmas music right now, so let's go ahead and change that, and I think that should be good. Alright, and let's see, what can we do? Well, I think we have a couple of production... Yeah, that's, never mind, maybe we just have one production building. What about taxation? Anything good there too? Not right now, but I think that that's fairly respectable as far as the workshops are concerned. Anything else we want to do with our money? We've upgraded a couple of forts, but I don't think that's too important. And then manufactory-wise, yeah, we might go for one or two of those next as well. Alright, but either way, we are getting our troops in order. So, to take everything that we can, looks like we have 6 more force limit for us to be able to deal with things. Looks like we've split one of our armies here, another army there, and I think this one here can go with a couple more troops. So let's go ahead and add on 3 more cannons, and then should we chuck some Streltsy in over here? I think that wouldn't be the worst idea either, so let's go ahead and build up a couple more. Let's go with another 1, 2, and 3. And then that will be that army. Not quite full strength for what we want, but it is fairly decent nonetheless. No guy wants to become a march. I am somewhat tempted to do this, but for now we're still going to leave that be. We're not going to go for any trade investments, and Liberty Desire for Norway is about to disappear, I dare say. Right now they are being supported by the Ottomans. However, if we take a look at some of our numbers, yeah, let's compare them to Nogai. Relative army power of all vassals and marches compared to Russia, it's only plus 10 for Liberty Desire and 2.7 for the economic power. So if you see what they're getting over here from the Ottomans, they're boosting that up by a ridiculous margin. Yeah, just from the strength alone of losing the Ottomans will drop 95% of their Liberty Desire, which will make them more than a little bit loyal. So it will be very nice to have them contributing once again to our great empire. Alright, looks like the Commonwealth is spying on us. No surprises there. They are rather crafty fellows. Hang on a second, let's there we go, we'll move them over there. Oh right, and I kind of forgot, not the icon, but we did have a couple more troops making their way over here, so that will be... Maybe we reinforce these guys with the Streltsy? Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and give them the Streltsy instead. I think that's going to be better. So you can go ahead and head over there. These guys will still build up a couple of cannons. We may shuffle them around a little bit so it's more even across the two, but for now it is as good as it is. Let's see, do we want to pick up our icon right about now? I think we wait. Although we could also pick it up, and that way we should be closer to switching icons at the institution. Alright, well, you know what, with that in mind, let's just go ahead and keep that manpower and discipline up. That'll be lasting for a good... Oh no, that's 20 years, my mistake. Yeah, no, there is nothing bad about that. Let's go ahead and get that sorted. We do have plenty of patriarchal authority growth each year. It's currently going up by 1. And yeah, that is not too bad. We could even consecrate some more metropolitans, I'm sure, if we so decide, but I think for now we are doing more than enough. Alright, so it looks like we've only got a handful of provinces left. That is excellent. Subject-wise, they are also good. And we're going to quickly keep skipping the Christmas music. And, yeah, let's see. What else have we got? Diplomatic power for a little bit of inflation. I think that seems acceptable. Sure, spare no expense. And then we are getting close to maxing out our power. Trade range, trade efficiency. Not sure if we really need to be purchasing this so early. I don't think we'd even gain any innovativeness from this. If we did click the button, what would it do? Yeah, 718. It doesn't show that we would gain any innovativeness, so it's definitely not worth it. So let's just go ahead and spend a little bit of our power on developing our nation. So we're fairly close on production, so let's go ahead and pick out a couple of spots. Let's see, anything we care about? There we go, we'll bring that up to 10. Same over there. There we go, just getting that extra building slot is always a decent thing in my eyes, so I often try to go for that. And then with our admin, let's just double check our inflation. Yeah, it's still under what we really care about, so let's go ahead and we'll sort some out over there too. Let's see. Oh, we need one more. Let's drop in a little bit of military, I suppose. And then... Do we go for 30? Oh, there we go. We can do a couple more over here. Yeah, there we go. That is good enough for now. That may open up a couple of buildings, so let's just double check that we didn't get anything that's substantial. Oh, there we go. Tambov. 0.1 ducats per month is quite reasonable. And then I think that'll be good enough until we can build some more manufactories. Now, obviously, I do know that we can get a little bit more money if we turn off some of these forts, but right now I think the best thing is making sure that they're well garrisoned for when we do go to war. We want to make sure that we have a very, what do we call it? A well-manned fortification. Yeah, kind of defeats the purpose if not. Alright, so let's have a look at these troops now that we're all in place. We have an 18, 5, and 9, 13, 5, and 17. Okay, so you know what? I think we're just going to go for... Let's not get rid of the cavalry. We have 18 here, and 23, 17 cannons to 9, so I guess we can switch that around. Let's go... What's the difference? From 17 to 9, that'd be a difference of 8. So let's grab 4 of the cannons that are here. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then, let's see, maybe another Streltsy or 2? Yeah, let's go with 3. That seems reasonable. So that'll take them to 20. The other one will be at 21, and we'll have equal cannons. Yeah, I think that is the best way of doing things. So that'll be good. We'll shuffle them over, and these guys can continue drilling. These guys will also drill for even just a couple of months. Nothing too much, because we are getting towards the end of the year, but we will see. Alright, so what have we got over here? Cossack aggression? Ooh. Moving quickly, let's see, raiders, border frictions. Oh, Commonwealth. Yeah, we could... Hang on a second. Once raids have been executed, these plunderers retreat back behind the borders of the Commonwealth as quickly as they came. Alright, you know what? Cossack aggression, let it be what it is. I think that may give us a couple of claims. Let's see. We lose opinion with Commonwealth. Oh no, too bad, too sad. And lose 1 base tax. Okay, but we do get the border friction casus belli. Alright then, well, we'll use that in time, but right now we have bigger fish to fry. So, what have we got? Some more corruption issues. Wonderful. Lose 25 admin power because we are incorruptible? You know what? That seems like the best option out of them all. let's just double check in on our ruler. We have incorruptible. Oh, we're also strict for better discipline. In another 14 years, we'll figure out what his third trait is. Our heir, though, our wonderful heiress, the Anna Rukovic, she has martial educator. Okay, well, that's not bad. I'm happy with that. Alright then. Well, let's see how that all goes. Alright, some attrition here and there, nothing too serious. We're pretty much maxed out on our military power, which is good to see. Now, when we do attack the Ottomans... Oh, wait, we can sabotage the recruitment once again? Sure, let's not waste any time there. Let's keep your manpower nice and low. Yeah, reducing that by 20% is quite sizable. So we'll go ahead and do that. But when we do fight them... Okay, so we'll be fighting Gazakmuk, Khiva, Khorasan, Hormuz, and Kilwa. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. I believe Kilwa is down here in Africa. Yep. Those guys are going to be rather annoying to piece out, but I think we can go for a white piece. I don't really care about them that much. Hormuz, that's over here. Let's see. Khorasan, Khiva. Was that all of them? Yes. Oh, and Gazakmuk, of course, right beside. So I think what we're going to try and do is maybe we get Nogai to focus on Khiva and Khorasan. We'll try and get them to peace out relatively quickly. But again, we need to strike fast and hard against the Ottomans. If we can take Constantinople and start taking away their economic ability, we can push them into debt, which is sort of the plan for this war. If we can take a whole bunch of money and a bunch of land that we have claims to, we will be able to start dismantling what will have used to have been the Ottoman Empire, and the best way to do that is making it untenable for them to keep their military as strong as it is. Alright, so we do have a bunch of money, so let's go ahead and check in on that manufactory again. 0.72 is very respectable. Let's go ahead and do that. And then 1st of January, here we are. Let's go ahead and invest in technology. We're going to go ahead and get that military tech. The standardization of caliber sounds good to me. So let's go ahead and buy that. So let's see, bonus effect. Combat width is increased. Artillery fire and artillery shock is also increased. And we gain access to a couple of new cannons and training fields. Okay, so first things first. Let's see about the giant cannons. At the moment, our fire is 2.4 and our shock is 0.25. Alright, so we definitely want to lean in on the fire value. So I think we're going to go with the chambered demi-cannons. Most offensive and defensive fire. The shock I don't really care about, and it's equal on the morale, so that's what we're going for. And then from there, I think we go ahead and we tell our armies to no longer drill. What practice you've had is all the practice you get as we go ahead into this war. So cross your fingers and hopefully all goes well. Alright, so let's just see how our morale ticks up. It should be not too bad considering how many cannons we have compared to the rest of the army. Let's see. Oh, we can also seize land, and you know what? Let's quickly do that before we do go to war. The boyars can... how long are we? 2 months away? Okay, you know what? We can wait 2 months. We'll need to get our morale up anyway, and so that's one, and it should be another... There we go. So that's everybody. That's up to 50%. So there'll be no rebels there. Everyone's happy over here. Alright then, let's seize the land and we'll see what happens jumping from 75%. So right now it is monthly autonomy 0.01 reducing, and then 1 extra yearly absolutism, 15 maximum absolutism, and 60% progress growth for our reform. Alright, how's that going? We're now... Oh, okay. So, plus 15 maximum absolutism. Monthly autonomy is now going down at a double the rate. and an extra 10% to that reform progress growth. Very nice. Okay, very, very good indeed. So, with that, I think we go ahead and we declare our war. Yeah. I don't see any other reason to hold off. We've got all of our troops in order. I think we can blitzkrieg through fast enough. So let's declare a war. I believe we're going to go ahead and make it a holy war for the less aggressive expansion, more prestige. We could technically go for a little bit of reconquest, but considering what we want to take, we have some cause as well, and I think that's the best thing overall. We will call on in Austria because we can. Anything that helps us out is good. That does actually buff up our numbers quite solidly. So we will now outnumber them with infantry, and our cannons are fairly well on par. So I think that's what we'll do, and let's see how this goes. Alright, well, let's see, where are we going? Now I don't see any of their armies. I do see their navy is remarkably sizable, but luckily for us I don't think we need to worry about that. I think we're going to race... Who has the best siege ability out of our armies? Looks like 2 siege pips is as good as we can do. Let's take these guys and we're going to... Wait a second, can we get to Constantinople? Not just yet. Okay, well then if that's the case, let's send you over here, let's send you over there. We're going to try and make some aggressive pushes forward. I'm hoping the Commonwealth will go ahead and give us military access. We also want to go ahead and set no guy onto these guys. Let's go ahead and send that to them. So we want you to peace out there. And then I think we'll go ahead and set this as an option for Cara Del. And then we'll also go over here for no guys. So yeah, if we can piece these smaller allies out faster, that is kind of what we want. I think we'll also go ahead and move over to Gazikmuk over here. Yeah, and that should hopefully be a little bit, yeah, a little bit of a decent progress early on. Now, unfortunately, we can't piece these guys out, but again, we can cause issues, which is the main thing. Oh, and of course, now we can check out our subjects. Norway is now at 21% Liberty Desire. There we go. We're doing quite well. They are now going to be loyal, and they should join into this fight, which I am happy with. That is, of course, assuming they can keep their nation under control. It does look like they got rid of their rebels from the last episode, but you never know. Alright, so let's see, these caravels, you know what, for now, I don't think we go ahead and tell them to go to port during war. We should be safe enough as it is for now, and well, let's just see about military access. Okay, still nothing there. We'll give it a month. And no, still not, actually, you know what, we're just going to stay in military access mode for a second. It looks like the Austrians are already zipping all the way down, which is excellent to see. Hopefully the Commonwealth gives us access. Let's see what's going on. We want... Not doing a coalition or anything. We want military access. So that should be under military actions. Okay, so they dislike us. Fair enough. And we're rivals. Also fair enough. They do dislike their other rival being the Ottomans. It's just not quite for us at this stage. Okay, well then, if that is the case, I guess we're going to have to assume that we're not going to gain access through these guys at any given point, unless Austria negotiates anything there. So let's go ahead and... let's quickly race our way around. We're going to have to set up over here. This is the, where we're going to have to do or die. You can quickly go ahead and get ready over here. In fact, you know what? I think we will keep these 2 armies set up just in case the Commonwealth ever does change their mind. I think for now we should be okay, and we'll just have to see how it all goes. Alright, so it does look like the Ottomans are already trying to siege down Georgia, which is not quite ideal. They're already at 21%. But luckily, their siege ticks are 44 days. As a march, these guys have a decent amount of defensiveness, which is always nice to see. Let's see, what else can we do? I think... yeah, let's go ahead and use up some of this Diplo power before we get in too much trouble. Let's see, we don't really need the tech right now. I think we just maintain development. Yeah, I think development is going to be the thing for us. So let's just quickly switch back to economy mode and see if there's anywhere in particular that would be particularly nice to bring up to a level 3. I think it's... is it 25? Yeah, I feel like it's 25 development needed for a world port. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly sure that that is the case. That's already there. That's already... 34. Alright, well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and pick somewhere that's already nice and close. I think that seems reasonable. Yeah, 19 as opposed to 13. Although this is grasslands, so that gives us... no, more supply limit. Never mind. I was thinking of... what is it? Which one is it? Is it grasslands? No. There is one of the terrains that does give you a benefit to development. But for now, let's just go ahead and we'll do a couple of button clicks. There we go, and there we go. We've got that to 25 for a rainy day afterwards. Alright, you guys, let's keep on moving forwards. Let's make sure that we take both sides of the strait just for good measure. You guys can head over here. And you know what? Since it looks like they're already bringing up a whole bunch of Ottomans over there, I think we're going to end up moving everybody across just to make sure that we are taking full advantage of the front that we have. Yeah. Oh, wow. And looks like Austria is already getting their butts kicked by the Ottomans. That is a hefty stack of troops. And we have no way to help them. That is disappointing. Alright, well either way, at least if that can distract the Ottomans for a while and they can waste a whole stack of attrition, if they can waste a whole bunch of troops on attrition taking their forts, I'm okay with this. Though we should also, just for safety's sake, we're going to partially core this for a second. We're going to add on the defensive edict as well. We want to have as much defensiveness as possible just to cause any issues for them if they do get into our land. And I think for now that's going to have to be good enough. Yeah. Oh, and we're already fighting a battle which was not quite ideal. Okay. We need to pay slightly more attention. Let's kick it down a notch. Yeah. Fighting in the mountains, bad idea. Let's back it up. Yeah, we lose a bit of war score right there. We barely hurt their manpower. But again, we do have to be very careful. Alright, so let's see. What have we got here? Province-wise, this is dry land, so not defensive, so we're going to have to leave that be. You guys can go over here. I will march you over there. I think we go ahead and we'll move up a little bit. But given the amount of size that the Ottomans are going to have on each province, I think we're going to be able to burn them out with a fair bit of attrition. If we have a look, they're already at... wow. No, that's how many they have. We want losses. Yeah, already lost 25,000 troops and 4,000 to attrition. Yeah, that's not ideal. But it is what it is. Alright, Siege of Astrakhan is over. That is excellent. Let's go ahead and hand that over to Georgia. That brings its defensiveness up to 70%, which is fantastic. Also, it's on a coast, so they will have a very hard time taking that back. Let's move up a little bit. Again, let's just be careful with our engagements, making sure that we are making the best use of our manpower. Now, let's see. What do we see from the Austrians? Oh, they're rebuilding their armies, are they? Oh dear, it looks like they must have got a stack wipe if they have to rebuild from scratch. That's not ideal. Alright, but the Ottomans have sent, what's this? 30, 60, 90, basically 100,000 troops. So that's half their army. Okay, that's at least good. Half their army is distracted, so it means they should only have about 100,000 here. We do have more than them, so we should be able to take a couple of good fights. So let's move this guy down to here. Let's send in some reinforcements. They can stay back and replenish some health. And then these guys can slowly march their way forwards. And we will reinforce as appropriate. In fact, you know what? I'm trying to figure out, you know, let's just move you here so you're somewhere in the middle between both of the sieges that we will be partaking in. Alright, so let's see, that's a good 60, 80, if not 90,000 troops that we know about. Okay, let's go. You've got 2 siege, you've also got 2 siege, 641. I think we'll go with the 4-5. Yeah, let's move over there. And then... yeah, we're going to have to be very careful. But either way, let's go ahead and use some of our cannons and see if we can take this fort nice and fast. Making progress there is going to be highly useful. As soon as we can get rid of them, the better. Alright, these guys also seem to be okay, so let's move them onto a different province, get a little bit of occupation going. And then before I forget, let's just double check. Yeah, the Commonwealth is still not giving military access. Alright, well, it's annoying, but it is what it is. Alright, let's move you down another province. Just need to be very careful with these opening engagements. Wasn't ideal that we lost that first battle that we fought against the Ottomans. But better that we saw it than get stack wiped unnecessarily. We're also at 62%. So let's see, is there any merchants we can slander? Not until May of 94. Okay. So we'll hold on to our spy network until then. Make sure that we get some progress there. A loan offer from the Papal State. Oh, what does the Papal State want with us? Offering us a loan of 215 ducats for 4 years, an interest rate of 3%. Well, you know what? I do appreciate that they like us fighting against the Ottomans. However, I don't think money is a particular issue for us. So we're going to go ahead and decline that, although the sentiment is appreciated. Let's see, we are losing... oh, we're losing a siege over here. Hang on a second. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit more defensive as well. Let's go... defensive edict, and I think they'll do the same over here, so let's also do the same thing. We can always go back and unstate these, but making sure that we are costing them every single man that we can is important. So that's what we're doing. Alright, so how are we going? 14%, 7%. Ooh, Siege of Wallachia is over. Excellent, that's 1 fort down. Let's move forwards. Let's get our troops following behind. Let's move you over here. Highlands is good defensive territory. You can catch up nice and quickly. We'll get you to follow up as well. You, my friends, can go ahead and stand over here. I think that should be enough reinforcements for this section. Let's also make sure that we do blow open the fort over here as well. Take that from 7% to 28%. Again, every little bit of damage we can do early on is going to be very important, especially with these defensive forts. If we take a bad fight on one of them, we could find ourselves in quite some trouble. Oh, what's this? Tunis also wants to offer us a loan. Huh. Fez and Marrakesh. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like the Ottomans have certainly made a couple of enemies from people. Yeah, in fact, if we were just going to quickly check it out, let's have a look at their opinions of people. Some people like them, but now about the ones that they don't. Yeah, Austria, Commonwealth, ourselves, Hungary, Mamluks, Venice, Georgia, Nogai, Ajam, Karadel, Bosnia, a lot of Europe, no surprises there. A whole stack of Europe, realistically. Papal State. And we're still going through Europe. Okay. But even outside of that, they're not exactly popular down over towards India either. Or some of the island nations it seems. Yeah, they're definitely not a very popular nation. But that is sort of their fault when they start to blob like this. But either way, I think we'll come back and we will see where this war takes us in the next one. So if you do want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.